supposedly you have some surprise on this thing, but make sure you talk into the microphone.
So that's interesting. What is this again?
It's one of Bob's super special juice thingies
and
in the
turmeric,
fridge.
so it's healthy.
It's super healthy. That's we only drink healthy cocktails around here.
Do you know what I had the other day?
What?
We were in St. Louis. No, we weren't. We were in Columbia. And it was at a breakfast place, and it was vodka and amaretto and orange juice. And it was delicious.
Did it have a name?
Yeah, it had some name, but I don't remember what it was.
Vodka and...
Tito's, amaretto, and orange juice.
So a screwdriver with amaretto?
Yeah.
So it's like...
I mean, everything's good with amaretto.
Okay, so it's like sex on the beach without the sex.
I don't know. I don't drink sex on the beach.
I would call that drink sex with your clothes on.
Okay,
that's what I would call that. So do you have some kind of surprise, or are you gonna lay it on me later?
Do you want it now?
I want to see it.
Okay. I actually got this idea from...
it's heavy.
I know. From your wife.
Oh, really?
Okay. Because we're always sending each other TikToks. So.
You and Rachel send each other TikToks?
Yeah, all the time.
Like.
So we've got some Patron.
That sounds suspect. As Nash and Olive would say, it sounds kind of sus.
And then I've got a couple glasses.
So you got Patron.
But you know what? We actually need
nice cold glasses.
2 more glasses. Or even just like the plastic cups. That's fine too. Yeah, we do.
You know what we can do? We've got this. I've got this guy. This guy. Here come the glasses. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So
we have to tip him later. Okay.
Allegedly, if you take a shot of tequila and you use one of these and you froth it all up, it's supposed to be amazing. Like it changes the whole taste.
Frothing? So
we need to test it.
Yeah, we do.
I
love Patron. Why do people? So Patron is like the best marketed tequila in history, right? Supposedly.
It's a really big shot. You could have more.
That sounds great.
All right.
So we test it.
Here.
This is the test. We have to find out if this is going to work. Yeah. So okay, I have to
let's
level with you.
Froth it first.
Okay, so you got you're frothing. Hey, remember that time that we went over to your crib and you made those espresso martinis?
Yes.
Do you still make those?
All the time.
All the time?
All the time.
Jeez. So
because it's the best way, like after you've been drinking all night and eating, it's like the best way to bring you back to life, I think.
Well, 100%.
Captain Diet, but I can't drink Captain Diet anymore.
Oh yeah, I heard that story. You told me that story once.
Because I just fall over straight. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take these.
We should toast.
Okay.
We should toast to Nash giving Valentino multiple bags of clothing.
And shoes, did you see the shoes?
Yes. So Valentino thinks that Nash is the king. I think Nash is the king. So Valentino wants to be like live in his kingdom. And wants to that was very nice of you to send all that stuff over.
Well, it's got to go somewhere, so.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's toast to that.
So, disclaimer, I hate tequila.
You do?
I hate it. Like one too many tequilas when I was 21 at Spring Street. Like, you were going in, you were doing the tequila just straight, and then you started chasing it with a beer, and then you had to start chasing it with like Bloody Mary mix, and then you would just start chasing it with whatever you had. So I just can't do tequila very well, but I'm going to try. But I might get.
Let's see here.
So this is going to be really cool to see if this actually works.
Okay, so let's toast. We did the toast.
All right, we did the toast. Oh God, yeah.
You got to do that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that a Quincy thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
Woo. Ooh. Okay.
So bad.
Let's chase it with this booze. Okay. So
let's just wait a minute.
So the whole frothing of the tequila, is this something that one got frothed there?
We'll do it again.
So do you have any, is it like an aeration type deal?
I don't know. Your wife sent it to me, so I just do whatever she tells me.
Oh, I was going to say don't listen to her, but she's going to listen to this. So yeah, absolutely listen to Rachel. Yeah, Rachel is a good influence. So I do have a question. Whenever you entertain, how often do you make your specialty cocktails?
Well, I don't know.
Because you're kind of known for entertaining hospitality. Your husband built that gorgeous house. Actually, he built all those homes on that block, didn't he? Because I mean, Nick clearly builds amazing homes, and I want to buy all of them. But whenever we go over,
It's for sale all the time.
everything that's what he said. We're not ready for that high level game yet. So although I do think that the housing market in Quincy is still cagey.
Cagey.
Yeah, there's a problem with the housing market. It's not just in Quincy. I think we're still in an inflationary environment.
You know, I'm trying really, really hard from that tequila
Wait, we
to
need
talk.
yeah. Take a swig of that Pacifico, the greatest
You
Mexican
know what?
beer
That's
ever.
exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have some Pacifico.
What? 2 out of your 3 drinks are Mexican.
Take it.
But no,
Okay.
so I got a quick question about Nash. He's playing baseball.
He's playing baseball. Well, baseball's done now, and he's on to football now. So he's playing the public schools tackle football. So they start in 3rd grade, not in 5th grade. Like the QND.
They start in 3rd?
Yeah, tackle football in 3rd grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That sounds really early. Tackle
But look at how he's
with
built.
pads?
Yes, all the
In 3rd
things.
grade?
Yes, but look at how he's built. He's a monster. Like
Yeah.
he's built, but he's also playing Quincy Rush soccer.
Okay.
So we're going to be juggling both of them, and already we're into practices or overlapping and this, that, and the other thing. But,
How long has he been playing club soccer?
Well, this is like he just made the team. He's been doing Park District, and he just made the team.
Oh, just recently?
This year, yeah.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
this is his first year. But
What does the Z stands for?
what
on your
does
necklace?
the Z stand for? You
Yeah.
know what the Z stands for.
Zigweed?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, so first of all, you said it wrong, like everybody does.
Dang it.
But that's the way it's spelled. Ziegweid. So everybody thinks that that's what it is, but it's Zigweid.
It is?
German for Zigweid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's
So,
actually
Zigweid.
somewhere along the line it's Russian, but
Why did I
whatever.
mispronounce it after all these years?
Because that's the way it looks.
Does everybody say that?
Well, and by the time you came back, I was married, so I went from Zigweid to Power. So,
So
yeah, everybody said that.
in Zigweid, did I know that in high school?
No,
Jeez. You should have corrected me.
no, I did. I would correct everybody,
You
but
probably would, right? Doesn't matter.
no, it doesn't matter.
Which is, okay, so that's German. So Giesing, people call me Giesing
Oh, yeah.
because it's the same thing. So little known fact about.
But you're GEI, right?
No.
Oh, you're GIE.
That's, okay.
That's the problem.
Okay, so Quincyans, you know how Quincy is this German, supposedly it's this German Catholic town up on a hill, shining city, gem city on a hill. Okay, old school. It used to be a bar and a church on every corner.
Right.
And now
is it still not?
I
a
don't
bar
think
and a
so.
church
I
on
don't
every
think
corner?
so.
And maybe like a gaming facility and a
There's-
Dollar General.
Well, that's on every corner, but I don't right next to yeah. It goes church, gaming facility, Dollar General. So in Quincy, you see a lot of German names. Whenever you see a last name, you'll see a consonant like a G. So my name is Giesing. So Murphy Giesing, right?
Okay.
It's G. Then there's an I and an E.
Right.
The first vowel is silent, and you pronounce the next vowel. So when you said GEI, there's a last name in, let's say,
I didn't.
Giesing.
Okay.
So Giesing in Quincy is GE. The E is silent, pronounce the I.
Okay.
Giesing, the I is silent, pronounce the E.
Right.
And generally, all of these German names in Quincy, you know, I don't know if it's 100%, but generally the rule is the first vowel is silent, pronounce the
you
next
would
one.
know the rules.
So I mean,
I
I
don't
don't.
know
I
those
mean,
type of things.
I hardly know any rules, but so I'm really excited that you decided to do this pod. And
It's taking a minute.
well, the thing is like if you can totally, and this is what we talk about to people in the green room when they come on. Like the last pod that we did. Well, first of all, Muddy River does lots of different podcasts, and I think they are generally the community leader in podcasting. I don't think there's another. I'm not aware of anything popular or fun anywhere in the area that capitalizes on the podcasting environment. So you got Club Muddy. They had Josh Jones on last week. For, you know, this is the 3rd installment of Frankie Say. We had Tanner Freiberg.
And did you air that yet with Josh?
Oh, Freiberg. F-R-E-I. The E is silent, pronounce the I.
Always going.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, anyway.
Freiberg. But Tanner was great. But here's the point. So Tanner's a pro. Tanner's really good at everything, and he wasn't nervous. But we did say, don't think about cameras and microphones ever. So anybody who comes on podcasts, just don't think about that.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it.
Yeah, well, you're thinking about the Patron that's still.
I'm kind of thinking about the Patron.
That's still.
I'm thinking how I'm not going to gag on camera taking that next shot of Patron.
Oh, that one? Yeah, I like how you set this up.
We should do it though before it gets cold.
Let's do it.
I mean, hot.
Before it gets too cold. So, are you going to froth that one some more?
Let's do it. Okay.
So
let's see what happens here. Let's do yours first.
Oh, you're frothing both?
Yeah, I'm going to do both.
That's amazing.
We can both take them, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is a controlled.
It's a controlled experiment.
Yeah. It's not a double-blind placebo.
I don't know how soon you have to take it after you froth it. But I think
I would say pretty soon.
Oh my God! I hope I don't throw up. Okay.
Don't throw up.
Okay, I'm gonna get my beer to chase it. Okay,
I would just tell you right now, if you throw up,
we just have a little sip.
Sip it. If you throw up, Bob's not gonna edit it out. He's gonna leave it in. How is it? So you.
I mean, really you know what? I'm a really good one to be the one to test it because I don't like tequila.
Yeah. And.
I don't know because I didn't drink the whole thing. Normally you just drink the whole thing. But if I would sip it like you're supposed to, like your wife does, very sophisticatedly.
Yeah, she is.
I would say that it's a little bit smoother.
Okay, so this is an on-air experiment. So we did a before and after with the Patron. You tasted yours. I'm going to taste this right now.
It's a little bit smoother.
Here we go. Well, it's strangely smoother.
Right?
Yeah, it feels creamy.
Exactly.
It's weird. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, froth tequila.
Should we keep frothing?
That's a life hack.
How much should we froth? Like, is it like once you froth it, is it done being frothed? Or you have to keep frothing it? Are we going to have to keep testing it and see?
That was going straight to my head.
Like if we take another sip in 5 minutes, is it going to be just as
You know what you should do?
smooth and
Why don't we taste it again in a minute or two?
Okay.
We'll find out what's going on here.
I don't know, there's something to it.
So I've got so many questions for you. Okay. So Allie Power, been trying to get you on a podcast for about a year-ish. And I know that you had discussed maybe building your own podcasting station. Like maybe, that gorgeous, I hope I'm not offending you by telling you that you have a gorgeous basement.
How would that offend me?
Okay.
But what was meant to be maybe a wine cellar could
You
be
thought about-
a podcast room.
Yeah, but
Like, I don't need a wine. I don't
Yeah,
know
you do.
shit about wine.
no, it doesn't matter.
I know you do.
Well, I know a little bit. I'm no Lane Schottenkirk.
Wow.
But I will tell you that, no, I would not. You've got space in that gorgeous home to put a small little podcasting studio.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Nick can build something. Sorry, Nick.
But he
I'm
hasn't
not trying to
built
make you.
anything yet in there.
I don't want to put extra work on that man because he works a lot. But he's going to be like, Murphy, why are you trying to get me to build more stuff?
No, he already knows.
I will tell you this: people who haven't been to your home and walked down in the basement, your basement looks like a professional bar. It kind of looks like a Vegas bar,
That was the idea.
like a hotel Vegas bar.
Yeah.
It's that gorgeous because he laid all of the tile individually.
Right.
So recently, you've decorated your basement bar with some art. So what's an example of one?
Well, we had
piece
to
of
have
art?
Snoop. Like he had to be on the wall. Snoop had to be there somewhere.
Yeah.
And then what else do we have? Pink Floyd.
Okay, good choice.
And then there's something else. I don't know what the other one is. I can't remember. Tom Petty, maybe? I don't know. And then what I did was I ordered from Amazon this like little package of posters, like this big, of all just like old bands. Fleetwood Mac, Tom Petty. I mean, just anything you can think of. Pearl Jam, Beatles, list goes on. And it was like $8, and you got all of these, and they look like real pictures. You know, they're like glossy. And then the expense came in when we went to get the frames because I wanted something that would stick like out of the wall,
Yeah.
like an acrylic kind of like something that sticks out of the wall, like a 3D thing. So you saw that, right?
Yeah.
Been
So
down there.
does Aspen like them?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, really? So okay, one thing about this
I don't
though.
think she even noticed them. I don't know. Maybe
Okay. Well, so I feel like your basement bar has gone from like Vegas boutique bar to upscale sophisticated Hard Rock Cafe.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, don't mess with that wine cellar. That wine cellar.
Okay, so do you know what?
I'm gonna send you cases of wine from
Send me
Verve
cases of
Imports
wine. Yes.
from Lane. I mean, she'll probably send you some too. But no, we'll go down there and do champagne tastings from the wine cellar, and then maybe you can get like one of those wine chillers stuck in the bottom. So whenever you want like a nice Sauvignon Blanc, a nice Chablis, I don't know.
You're so good at this. Listen, I know a lot of things, but I don't know wine. I know a good glass of wine, and I know a bad one, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't really. No, let me take that back. I know a bad glass of wine.
Do you like champagne?
Yeah, you know this.
No, yeah. The last couple of
time we were
champagnes.
together, you ordered the champagne.
That's true. And I ordered good champagne that one time, but that one time that I brought some champagne over, it wasn't that good.
What was it?
It was that.
I feel like it's the same stuff that we ordered when we were out, wasn't it?
No, it was different. So
it wasn't.
we ordered a
Vieux
Blanc de
Clicquot?
Blanc, which is just fancy for Chardonnay. Blanc de Blanc means Chardonnay. But no, you do like the bubbly.
I like champagne.
Can I tell you a little French saying about French wine? This is kind of cute. So, Burgundy makes you think about wild and crazy things.
Okay.
Bordeaux makes you talk about wild and crazy things. Excuse me. Champagne makes you do them.
Wild and crazy
Yeah,
things. And it also gives you a screaming headache the next day.
It does.
It does.
It does. And
I don't.
also mixing tequila with Pacifico and Tito's gives you a
You think
screaming ass
champagne-
headache too.
but, Like I don't.
That's
feel
what we're
like
doing right now.
I ever drink enough champagne to do crazy because champagne's like a treat. You know, like if you're gonna drink champagne, you're gonna drink a really good bottle of champagne, and you're gonna call it good. Like how are we just gonna sit around and drink $200 bottles of champagne all night and then do
No.
wild and crazy shit?
Well, I mean, I hope so.
Well, I mean, if we were, then we would. But maybe I don't know.
Yeah. So when we're talking about wild and crazy things, is that why you don't drink Captain?
No, listen.
When did you stop
okay.
drinking Captain?
In October of last year. And here's why. Well, no, I take it back. I guess it was probably Christmas. Two things happened. Over time, and maybe it's just age, Captain's been my go-to forever, just like you. I love Captain and Diet. And especially after a meal, when you still have to socialize, that caffeine that you get from the diet, like really, and then the buzz you get from the Captain, like it kind of just brings you back to life.
Oh.
So I like it for that. Other than that, an espresso martini does the same thing.
Right.
But it started happening that I would just be standing there and I would just fall the fuck over.
Really?
No, like literally just fall over.
Okay.
And so then on top of that, I was waking up with these giant bruises on my body, like everywhere. But what sealed the deal was...
No. I got the videos of that. That wasn't from the booze. I'll tell you later what that was from. I wasn't around.
What are you even talking about?
That viral video of you going horseback riding out in the wilderness. You got that horse? No, I'm kidding. No, so
I've never been
you
on
got
a horse
these.
in my life.
Yeah, so you got these bruises on your body,
like the size of softballs. So, but what sealed the deal
What do
was
you think? What do you think
Santa
was?
Claus
Okay, I
brought
don't even know.
Nash an electric scooter on Christmas Eve. And late in the night, I decided that I would take a ride on it around my kitchen island, and I crashed. And I remember thinking, oh, haha, that was funny. I mean, that hurt, but it was kind of funny, And then I woke up the next day, I was like, oh my God, my boob hurts so bad. And I don't know why. Oh my God, I have breast cancer. Oh my God, I developed this giant tumor overnight because that's what my head thinks, Like, why does my boob hurt so bad? And I looked in the mirror, I couldn't see anything. Like, I was just like, why does my boob hurt so bad? And then the next day I woke up and there was Frank, it was this big. And it was so dark and purple and black on my boob.
Like,
So
ouch.
the handlebars went right into my boob. Like, I'll be really lucky. Obviously, it didn't, like, bust my implant. But I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
This is candid. I like this.
So I'm like, oh my God. There was an electric scooter and there was alcohol and I think there was a crash. And then I remembered it all came back to me, but it took me 2 days. And I'm like, I got to stop drinking Captain, because like I'm hurting myself at this point, and I'm making an ass out of myself because I'm falling down in public places, like either while I'm standing up or while I'm trying to walk from this place to that. Like,
okay,
because I drink them like water.
Yeah. So there's this.
Some would say it's a problem.
You and I have a mutual friend that is a big Captain Diet drinker. He works at QU. He's in the admissions office.
Oh gosh,
and I don't want to get him in trouble. But if QU's listening, he's pretty much your best employee next to Matt Bergman. And
the most entertaining person.
He's probably
ever.
the most entertaining person in Quincy. Knows the most people, most caring individual ever. He's probably at his mom's house right now doing her laundry.
I hope he's listening.
He'll listen. Because he's going to see that your name is on here, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm in," you know. But he introduced me to Captain and Diet, and when we have kitchen conversations in his house, it's Captain and Diet, and I try not to drive home from there because I can't remember what's going on. So
he's not very far from you, though. Right?
He's not very far. No, he's not like. I won't disclose his location.
Right. But you have before. Like, I think I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Yeah.
But go with it.
Yeah. So generally speaking, I'm kind of with you with the Captain and Diet thing. As a matter of fact, in the green room, if we really gave this more thought, we would just start pounding Captain and Diets just for this pod, and then have Nick and Rachel pick us up.
Yes. Well, yes. And then my other problem with Captain is I turn into the captain, and it's no bueno.
I think you've said that before. That's really funny.
But you know what's interesting is, so I've recently switched to Tito's and club soda with lemon, just to put a twist on things, instead of boring lime.
No sugar.
No sugar is one thing. But the other thing is, like, I used to get really weird on vodka, so I stayed away from vodka. I used to get I was one of those, like, I drink too much vodka, and I would come up to you and I'd say really bizarre, out of this world things that just, and so that kind of freaked me out. But
did you ever mix it with Red Bull?
Now, don't even get me started on that.
Did you have a vodka Red Bull
very
stage?
Quickly not to do that.
Okay, in college or after college?
You have to remember, I was a single mom, so like when I went to college,
I
was like 23 years old.
I mean, like early 20s. I
did, and I had I had a bad experience. But now on vodka, I can drink. Like, I don't want to admit this, but I'm going to admit it. Like,
you're going to permanently put this on the
I can
internet.
literally drink like at least 8 to 9 of them.
Oh my gosh!
And wake up the next day and feel amazing. Like nothing ever happened.
All right.
And I don't get in a fight with anyone. I don't fall down. I don't turn into like some creepy individual anymore. It's the perfect drink for me.
Okay, so
I don't know if we should.
Tito's, real quick, because we're going to transition to another subject here in a second, but just for clarification, you're saying Tito's, club soda, lemon.
Yes.
That's simple. No sugar, clean.
Right.
The only calories you're getting, there's 0 calories in club soda.
Preferably seltzer over club, because seltzer has more minerals in it for you.
Okay.
Which, the only reason I know that is because we got to the grocery store and you literally couldn't find any club. And then there was seltzer. And we're like, these two things are the exact same thing. Like, what is the deal here? So I researched it. And the only difference is that seltzer has more minerals in it. It's better for you.
Are there calories in seltzer?
No, none.
Okay, what about,
It's just like,
so do you know how much sugar and crap is in tonic?
oh my God, yeah.
The amount of calories that are in
people
tonic
think
water?
that it's the same.
It's
There's certain restaurants I go to in town that I will order a vodka and club, and they bring me a vodka tonic every time.
So what is it with, okay, so you've patronized most great places in Quincy, and so have I think. I've got a few issues with so being in the service industry for a long time, what's so funny is if Ashley Conrad was here, she's kind of a professional on like the nomenclature of how things are made.
That's a great word.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think like if you order a Tito's and soda, sometimes they'll ask you, what kind of soda do you want?
Right.
They'll say, do you want 7-Up or Sprite? For example, one time I ordered a vodka soda and they go, well, we only have Sierra Mist. This is back when Sierra Mist was a thing, but Sierra Mist is gone.
See, and I don't do that though. I order club. I say
You say club?
I want a Tito's and club.
And they know what that means?
I mean, most of the time.
Okay,
Like,
well, I need to
especially at,
change the
like,
way I'm talking.
Spring
Maybe I'm
Street
ordering
definitely always knows. We don't really go to the bars anymore, so.
Spring Street knows because Brittany's training everybody to be professional drink
Then,
orders.
So, good
Yeah.
for that. Like, Spring Street is the place to go if you want a good vodka. Oh my gosh. Not to get off track, but so do you know that I went to Applebee's for the first time in a very long time?
Okay.
And guess what I ordered?
What?
The Bourbon Street steak.
Oh, really?
Listen, so back in the day when I was still pregnant with Aspen, her dad always went to Applebee's and got this Bourbon Street steak. Anyway, long story short, we walk into Applebee's. It's like 9 o'clock at night. There wasn't anybody in there, but this amazing bartender comes over and he says immediately, I've been waiting on you guys all night. And I'm like, cool, here we are, So that was like cool, like number one, like the coolest thing ever to say. And then so we sit down and ordered, what did we order? Oh, 2 tall vodka clubs. And I'm thinking they're going to come to the table, they're going to be weak as shit. No, they were not weak as shit. They were really, really good. And then we went on to order all this food, and it was literally the best meal I've probably had in Quincy.
Recently?
Forever.
At
yes.
Applebee's?
So we ordered they call them cheese bites.
Okay.
But they're actually like cheese curds, but there's a million of them, and they're super crispy and delicious. It's like one of my favorite things to eat. And then they have these chicken wonton tacos that are blow your mind amazing. We just ordered everything together. And then a Bourbon Street steak, and it had like sauteed onions and mushrooms and like mashed potatoes under it. It was the best experience I've had ever at Applebee's.
Oh my gosh.
In my life.
In Quincy.
And it was so good. I'm like, nobody goes to Applebee's anymore. Why aren't we going to Applebee's?
Yeah, Applebee's.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
what were we talking about before that?
No, I mean, I think.
Oh, the vodka clubs.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that it's really interesting. So if you order a vodka club and you say no BS, that means no garnish. If you order it pressed, it means a splash of Sprite, splash of club soda.
No, these things I don't know.
Yeah, this is how you do it. So
Well, then I don't know how to do it.
well, no, listen. I went to Spring Street. The only bartender in Quincy that knows what that means is Brittany Bull.
Okay.
Like if you say, give me a Tito's pressed, she'll just take care of it. If you say that to anybody else, like you can say anything. So Brittany's kind of unacademic that way in terms of like studying up and making sure that she's good at her job. Mm-hmm. But I do recommend that people that order like a vodka club soda and they want like a little bit of sugar because the club soda is too raw, there's no taste in quotes. Well, you got to squeeze that lemon in there first of all.
Sure.
Also, you should order it double lemon or lemon lime, and then order a splash of Sprite or whatever that new Sierra Mist changed its name to something. I don't know, like Starry.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
stupid.
My oldest kid, Alejandro, the 8-year-old, she told me that's not called Sierra Mist anymore. It's called Starry.
Well, no, that's
Anyway, they just changed the name.
No,
But anyway, I can't keep
I
up with
always
this.
order a vodka club with 2 lemons, but never ever do I get it. I never ever get my 2 lemons.
You don't get two?
It usually comes with lime. Sometimes it's tonic. You just
What happens if you politely just kind of look at the server and say, so here's the deal. I'm going to order this drink.
beforehand.
If you don't bring me 2 lemons, I'm going to cry. Like, don't even remove it from the bar
I don't
unless
know,
it's
Frank,
coming
that's
to
something that's never really crossed my mind.
Anyway,
but
so yeah, I tip 30% if they bring me 2 lemons. By the way, so I got to be honest. So in anticipation of this pod, I've just got a million questions for you.
What else?
Okay. So can I ask you some of the questions that I've been like? I generally ask people if you could change anything about Quincy, or if the genie came out of the lamp. Okay, you're not allowed to ask for 10 more wishes.
Oh God.
Okay, you can't do that.
Anything
So
about
your
Quincy.
first wish has
You
to
knew
be.
you were going to do something to put me on the spot.
Well, no. Well, hold on. I'm gonna let you marinate on it, and I'm gonna make it very easy on you.
I think
so
I already know what it would be.
okay, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure I know what it would be. And who knows, because, like, not to get political, but I would really love it if, like, that riverfront had a bunch of bars, maybe something that the boats could dock up to. I don't know if it's possible. I'm not following any of it. I think it would just be really badass. Now you've got Native that's closing. That's such a cool spot. Such a cool spot. I mean,
really is.
There's so many. I just think it would be really, really cool to have just like a whole like row of bars, and also that the boats could come up to. But if they can't, they can't. But even if they can't, I still think it would be cool to have like a whole like just block of bars down there somewhere.
What I hear you
really
saying,
care about the parks.
which by the way, for anyone who's listening to this pod, this is not a planted question. I did not tell you before the pod.
No,
I'm gonna ask this question.
You haven't told me anything.
I didn't say anything. Mm-mm. You said, coming on to this pod, we don't ever have agendas. We like to talk about fun things. We like to be energetic, entertaining, and talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. That's the entire point, okay? And I think I asked Tanner that question too. Was if you could change one thing. And we did talk about the Riverfront a little bit. And I think Riverfront development, and this is not a political thing. I mean, we could make it political, but that's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
We're just saying, if you had a wish, what would it be? So imagine, the Quincy Park District, they've got that marina down there. And they've got many open slips.
Right.
And when we put our boat in the water, we had to be on a waiting list. We were on a waiting list for years before we could put our little 24-foot Sea Ray open bow, like little, you don't need a fancy boat on the Mississippi. As a matter of fact,
right.
You don't want a fancy boat on the Mississippi,
right? Because
you might hit a sandbar, or you might dig up mud, or you just don't need. You don't. It's not like the Ozarks. So in your vision of this, just think about this, okay? Because I think I really love talking about this, which I believe. So the new park board it's different now. You've got people on the park board that are pro Riverfront development. Now, Tanner, in his infinite wisdom, said, I want all those things, but I don't want you to increase my tax dollars. I don't want you to raise the taxes up high to pay for it and then put us in debt for 50 years. And then I said, that's fair. And being a tradcon libertarian, traditional conservative libertarian.
Yeah.
Somebody, be cool.
Say.
I like the old way of life.
Right.
I'm conservative, but libertarian, like be nice to everybody, be respectful, just be cool. But how many bars and restaurants do you think could fit on the riverfront in general? Well, let me ask you this. How many would you like to see? Do you want it to be a destination area?
Yeah.
Where you go down to the riverfront and you see that?
I think, okay, so if you've been in like downtown St. Charles is a great place. Where they have the red brick streets still and all of that. Like obviously we're not gonna have red brick streets. But like you can just start walking and go into this bar and then walk a little bit further and go into that bar and like get something to eat in that one and just keep going. Not that we need that many, but I would say if they could all feed off of each other in some sort of way, that would be really cool.
What would happen if the Quincy Boat Club?
So what do we do? Like when we go out, which I have not been out in forever, but when we go out, we'll start at one bar. Like we'll go to Spring Street or we'll go to the Abbey and we'll have dinner and then we'll go to Spring Street and then we'll go to Barney's and then we'll go down to the dock for this, that, and the other thing. What if they were all just right there?
Yeah.
Like
we're all
doing that anyway.
In addition to these bars that you're talking about.
Yeah, but we get bored and we're always wanting to go from one place to the next.
Yes.
So instead of driving all over town, what if they were just like, and I do like all of those other bars and we would still go there, but wouldn't it be cool if you didn't have to just get in your car and like drive all over town? If they were just all right there, I just think it would be a cool area.
Yeah.
To have.
And then also people so if you did something like that, the marina would get full. You would have tons of boats. And then you would have all of the Bay Area, all of those areas would be dredged. The Park District would probably start investing in maybe not more docks, but sometimes the docks need a little bit of work. And lots of people could trailer their boats in there. Well, here's the point. Imagine along the riverfront, there's like this riverfront path. Call it the Riverwalk.
Right.
And it could turn, literally, I don't know if this is part of the plan or not, but I think you could, Clat Adams, you go from Clat Adams all the way down through where the Park District office is. That could be a river walk where there's people docked. The bar, the dock, which Is that for sale?
What, the dock?
Is it for sale?
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Has anybody heard?
I don't know why it would be.
Well, I heard a rumor it was. That doesn't mean it is.
Well,
by the way,
just sold
I'm
it.
pro the dock. If the dock owners hear this, I'm not trying to spread rumors. I just heard that maybe it could be. So maybe I shouldn't say that. It's just a rumor. But what I'm saying is, let's say it's not. Let's say it's the owners.
Do you want to buy the dock?
No.
Should we put that out there?
Oh, I do want to buy the dock. Yeah,
Denise
I do.
and Dave, Denise
I heard
and
they're
Dave,
fantastic.
We want to buy the dock.
Yeah. So if Denise and Dave own it for the next 100 years, that's great too. But what I'm saying is you could have boats from the Quincy Boat Club all the way to the dock.
Yes. If
Like
that's
docks
if
around the
that's
dock.
possible.
It is possible. And like dredging out. Well, I mean,
I don't know. These things I don't know.
You just have to have a lot of money. Yeah. And, but you know, it's like, you know, how do we do this? We need somebody with like, how many millions of dollars would it cost? We just need to like wish, hope, and pray and dream about
Aspen
this
seems
stuff.
to think that that she came home a few days ago and she's like, you know what? You just need to get a hold of all of your friends and you guys just need to go in and like make your own club and call it like the Sunday Social Club or Sunday Social. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, so we need a golf course, we're gonna need a pool, we're gonna need all these things. Like that's gonna cost millions of dollars. She's like, yeah, get with your friends and get it done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of like, you have to be a member of the country club or of Sheridan. Like, let's just create our own club.
I was gonna make a joke that they started a club like that called the Quincy Country Club. I was gonna make that joke, but you beat me to it. So there's this idea. So one thing that I think could be brought back in short order, and I've been talking to a lot of our mutual friends about this. I won't drop names on this because I don't think they'd appreciate it. But we have, and I'll tell you post pod in the green room again, where there are at least 2 or 3 people that are working on. Yeah, time to froth.
You want to froth?
Let's froth. But so I'm gonna keep telling you the story.
Oh wait, we were gonna
what?
see if it's just as smooth.
Oh,
if
froth
we
it.
didn't froth.
Oh, froth it.
No, I'm gonna see.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because I'm
do
like
it.
the ultimate taster because I hate it.
Because you hate it, so you're a good judge.
Oh. Oh man, such a difference. Oh my God.
What?
There we go.
Froth me.
No, here, taste that first, and then taste yours.
Okay. But I gotta tell you about this brothel
Okay,
we're
well-
trying to build. I'm sorry, I couldn't taste it because I was
See how
chasing
bad
it.
it was? Now taste yours.
Okay. It's a huge difference.
Huge difference.
You know what the moral of the story?
What's the moral of the story?
Froth your tequila.
Frother. Like every time you drink it, just
You know what?
carry a frother.
Tell Aspen your daughter is super
we'll try it.
talented. She's a very smart person. She's one of the smartest.
What does that do?
I don't know. You're frothing it. It's really, really good.
I didn't research it. I
Froth
just did what
the
your
tequila.
I just did what your
Whoa,
wife told me to do.
So weird.
So weird.
I'll tell you what, in the comments section on Facebook, I want to see lots of people talk about how they froth their tequila, and you're welcome.
You're welcome.
But anyway, back to this thing. There are people who are working right now. Okay.
Yes.
There are people working on a ton of projects downtown Quincy.
Tons.
Okay. And there are people that are working on kind of a club social type of thing.
Where you pay your monthly dues to be in it, and then they send you a bill. Something like that?
Yes. And it's very cheap though. It's very inexpensive.
It can't be cheap.
No, what you do is you figure out, you raise the rates slowly over time based on the demand. So you try to get as many people in as possible. So for example,
And then you just
By the way-
weed them all out?
no, so here's what's really neat.
Assholes.
The actual, that's probably true. No, so the monthly fee,
Okay.
you get to use that money when you go in for a drink.
No.
No? You wouldn't do it like that?
No, if you're going to be like a proper club, you need to do it just like the clubs do. Like, you're going to pay $100 a month to join this social club.
Okay.
Like, we're going to take that. That's ours. And
Okay.
we're going to make this club badass for you to come
that
to.
pays for the DJs.
Pays for whatever we're going to do. Yeah.
And the dancers on the bar.
Yes. Okay, maybe you're going to pay $200 for that. And if we're going to have dancers on the bar, I mean, Anyway,
Yeah.
but then you're also going to spend, you have to spend at our club $50 every month. And then
On top of the membership fee?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
No, that gets you down there, and it gets you, like you're enjoying the club.
What's the volume of membership though? How many people are going to be in this club?
It depends. And so like as the volume goes up, the rates go up because there's only room for so many. That's why it's a club. It's a private club.
What we'd have to do is we'd have to tell all of the patrons, say, here are where the rates are set right now. These rates will go up, may go up. You want to say may,
right?
In the contract.
Yes,
they may go up based
Subject
on
to,
demand.
right?
And the idea is, the formula is we want to keep as many memberships and patrons as possible, make for the best experience. So we're not going to try to drive the rates so high that everybody gets mad about it. You don't want to do that. What happens? Listen. What happens if the rates get driven to like hundreds and hundreds of?
Well, first of all,
by the way, $200. You want a packed environment.
But,
you don't want to be ghost town.
So the beauty of a club, though,
it is Quincy.
But the beauty of a club is you don't have to call. Like I don't have to call you guys and be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing tonight? We're looking for somebody to go out with." No, you just show up at the club, and it's like a party in a box. Like all your friends are there. You don't even have to worry about it. So then, and there's always a band every Saturday night. You don't have to worry about what you're doing Saturday night because you're going to go to a band if you want live music or whatever it is. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but.
So
I'm not saying it would work here.
I do have one more question. Well, I have lots of questions, but we're going to, we do butt up against a time limit on this pod. I wanted to ask you another pretty important question. Do you think that Quincy is from a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being a terrible place to raise a family, 10 being a great place to raise a family? So go from 1 to 10. Because you've been to enough places outside of Quincy. You've traveled enough. You know what's out there. Where would you put Quincy?
I would say, well, I'm a little biased because number one, I really haven't been a lot of places. You think I have, but I haven't.
You are so.
No, I've been born and raised here and been stuck here all my life.
Really?
But I would say
okay.
What I have witnessed is that all the people that leave come back.
All the people that leave come back?
A majority of them, a big majority of them come back to Quincy. And so just because, there was a time in my life where I just wanted nothing more than to get out of here, but I couldn't. Now I have a different appreciation for Quincy, and now I would put it like at probably a 9. Like I think that some things could be better,
9?
but listen, you're a train ride away from Chicago, you're 2 hours away from St. Louis. I mean, it's got all this stuff that we need. We've got pretty good schools, I feel, like no matter which way you go.
Great schools.
And it just seems to me, I watch so many people come back and raise their families here. I would give it a big 9 for sure.
Okay, a 9 is a very high score.
I would still give it a 9.
Okay. I'm really impressed with that score. So a couple of things.
You wouldn't?
I would give it, okay, considering, okay. My brother and my sister, both of them, they live up they live in Cook County.
Yeah.
Okay. They live in very nice suburbs. They live in Cook County. So like there's a handful of nice suburbs. The rest are not good. I think their property taxes, I don't want to even say what they are, but I think they're like, and you can do the math on this. I think their property taxes are like $30,000, something like that
insane.
For one property for just the residential home. Mm-hmm. And they've got very nice school systems. I put nice, like one of them is OPRF, Oak Park River Forest, but I wouldn't send my kid to that school. There's no way. So I'd pay, if I had their house, which I don't, but if I had their house, I would pay exorbitant taxes, but then I would still fork out the $20,000 to send them to Fenwick.
Right.
Like some private school.
My dad went to Fenwick.
He did?
He did.
That's amazing. Your dad went to Fenwick High School?
Yeah, my dad's from Chicago.
In Oak Park?
My whole family is from Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, that is shocking.
Man,
amazing.
Don't you, you know what was so funny and totally off subject here, and we'll get back to what you're talking about, but don't you remember like when I was little going to Chicago, and because I was sitting here thinking about this podcast, and my biggest fear was like, I'm going to to sit up straight to make sure I was sitting up straight. But the chairs are really nice. But I was like, Isn't there like a phone book or something I can sit on? Remember, like being in Chicago, it only works in Chicago because the phone books are this big,
Right,
or like
right.
New York or wherever. But like when I was little in Chicago, like they'd sit me on a phone book this big, and I could finally reach the table.
You know what's funny? Any Gen Zs that are listening to this don't even know what a phone book is.
Don't even know what a phone book
Yeah.
is.
I will tell you this. Thank you for the frothed tequila.
You're very welcome.
Will you come on this pod again sometime? You will?
For sure.
Yeah, this has been amazing. So thank you so much for coming here and hanging
Well,
out.
you're so
and
welcome.
I really appreciate
I can't
it.
believe you got me here finally.
I cannot believe it here. This is like a huge
We
treat to have
didn't
you in
even
here in
get to
front of
like
me.
the questions I had for you.
Well, we'll do that on the next pod.
Okay.
Okay, we came up against the time limit on this. Of course we
Went by
did.
fast.
It went by fast. So froth tequila is the name of the game.
Froth tequila.
Thank you for bringing that, and thank you for coming on.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Bye.